All right, we're live, everybody. We got 5 minutes before we start the questions. Trying a few different camera angles today, messing around. But first thing I want to say is thank you, everybody. I hit 1,000 subscribers last week and just got monetized on Monday. We're going to talk about that a little bit today, too. It's one of our 6 questions, but we'll just talk about whatever else is going on. Bubba Rides will join us probably here in a little bit. He's doing a motorcycle show somewhere, so he's going to try and join us live on the scene. He's our roving reporter today.
There you go.
Yeah, this second camera angle is kind of weird. Yeah, second camera angle is kind of weird. But hey, got to try something different once in a while.
Did I miss it? You have two camera angles?
Yeah, separate.
Same here. That's what we were just talking about.
Yeah,
I downloaded the software to make my GoPro webcam too. So now I've got this angle if I want it. But
yeah, it's a slow delay to switch back and forth. We got Larry 68 HD in the comments already. We got one person in the comments so far.
But like I told Randy and Chris, you guys don't need to see the crap that's in my background. So all on my floor.
You do need to see the crap in my background.
Exactly.
HD Larry. Isn't he the one with the old bike? Did I lose everybody?
No, you're good.
No, you're good.
You're good. Yeah.
It's just suddenly cricket.
I
don't know if anybody. I don't have an answer for your question. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought Larry had the old bike. He's out there, I believe. If it's the right guy, he's out there by Mr. G.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he's got an older bike that's pretty sweet, actually.
Nice.
Dan.
Yeah. See, I'm going to switch my camera angles again. It is kind of weird to get used to this.
Derek, you good? Is it frozen?
There.
No, everybody's just quiet.
Yeah. We're off to a good start today.
I think Derek's frozen. Yeah. I think Derek's screen is frozen.
He is.
He's concentrating really hard.
I apologize for not making that.
Yeah, you're.
There.
No, I'm trying to. I was trying to make it so I can have both chats.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So we got Ozarks HD Riders. We got Larry 68 HD so far. In the comments.
Ozarks, he was supposed to be having something going on with his house or something like that. I thought it was something he was planning for a long time, was hoping it's supposed to come together, and hopefully he's rich and we can all retire.
Yeah.
That's like maybe him.
Our sponsors are chiming in already.
Was that me? I was going to say, was that me?
No, that was, I didn't do my normal. Well, no, that's what I usually do. I'll wait for it to get some kind of one-time chat to get our sponsor for the day going, and then I will mute it.
Right. Well, Bubba's not here yet. What time is it? 1:59. We'll probably have to start the questions without him. He might be busy or forgot about us by now. But if he joins us later on, I guess he can catch up with the questions as we're doing them. So we have 8 people, nine people watching now.
Good stuff.
I will post the link again. Let me see. In case he wants to join in later on. We have to keep an eye out, see if Bubba pops in. It's 2:00 now. We probably should get going on the questions. We got 6 more questions. Only 5 of us here, apparently. Bubba Rides is actually at a motorcycle show right now. He was going to try and join us via satellite. He's our roving reporter today if he actually shows up. But well, I guess we'll go ahead and start on the questions. Our first question today with Mr. McStash. When you hit 1,000 subscribers and get monetized, what would you spend the money on?
Shipping.
Shipping?
Yeah. What do I do now? Shipping. I love my people, and I would love to say I'm going to buy a new camera. We all know it'll be maybe a quarter tank of gas until you actually get big. But I had one package. Somebody wanted a hoodie and a tank top, and between the price of the hoodie and tank top and the shipping, I was at $80. So yeah, I know YouTube's not going to pay me that much, but yeah, it's going to shipping. I love yes, actually it went to down under Arizona. So
well, that explains that's your fault for shipping a rubber duck to down under.
Well, no, I didn't ship the rubber duck down under. Fortunately, that was a hoodie. No, see, with the rubber duck, I worked that around. I actually sent it up to Canada and made Canada send it to Tasmania, and then go from there. So, yeah.
All right. Bubba's getting ready to join us. I'll go ahead and add him to the stream, see how this works out. Maybe. There's Bubba. Bubba's live from the bike show.
Live from the bike show.
It's anonymous. It's anonymous Bubba's rides.
Yeah, anonymous Bubba's. Hey, you sound pretty good. You're a little dark on the camera. You must have been outside all day.
Yeah, I've changed a little.
Yeah.
Hey! All right. Now we're getting into the race thing. We just started the questions. Mr. McStash answered the 1,000 subscriber question. We'll go to Toby now.
I would kind of say the same thing as McStash does. To me, until it gets anywhere close to something not laughable, it'll just like go to a spot where it goes towards stamps or shipping or something that's going to help keep the cost of me running this dang thing and sending letters out and stickers and stuff. It'll keep it out of the family pocketbook type thing. So, or off of my allowance, so to speak, that I give myself. But yeah, it's until it does anything close to a realistic number, it's going to go. And even then, it's still going to go towards the subtle stuff that you don't see behind. You know, the stamps, the letters, the stickers, whatever stuff like that.
Right. Okay, Sinister Clutch, your question.
For me, I'm going to save up enough money to pay for everything I've bought up to this point, like my GoPros and all that stuff. I'm like, okay, how much all that cost? And like, collect it. Okay, it's paid off. I got my money back. That's kind of how I would use it. And then once I get past that point, whatever that amount is, and then I could use it for other things on the channel. So.
Okay, Throttle Fiend, when you get to 1,000 subscribers.
Well, first thing, Sinister Clutch, never look at how much you spent. It'll just make you depressed. Second thing, I can't even fathom 1,000 subscribers, but if by some crazy stretch I get there, pretty much same as everybody else, just the background stuff, stamps, postage, more stickers to give out, stuff like that. We'll see how things go.
Okay. All right, Bubba Rides, when you get to 1,000 subscribers, what would you spend the money on when you're monetized?
You're muted.
Well, I'd probably spend all 25 cents on something. If I ever get to 1,000 subscribers before I die, that's what I would do with my 25 cents. Just go out and blow it.
All right, so think about that. Every one of us, I think I am, with the exception of maybe Randy, I think I'm younger than everybody else here. And I remember when 25 cents could still get you a couple of postage stamps.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh?
Back when they were still 25 cents a stamp or 30, whatever. It's sad now.
Oh yeah. What is it, like 50 cents a stamp or
It's
something like
55
that?
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
55 for a forever stamp.
I
try
buy
to
forever
pay-
stamps, so
I try to pay everything online now that I can.
There's $2 for stamps.
Oh, nice.
hey,
Thank you. Thank you.
check that
Yeah,
out.
my
2 wheels
first,
down, rocking it.
All right. My first
I do super chats
chat.
now.
I just doubled my money.
Wait, have you even got that much from YouTube? I didn't think you've gotten that much, have you?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm looking at the analytics right now. And Monday is when I officially got monetized. And you have to go through and monetize every single video you want to monetize. And
Oh,
I
Jesus.
have three. Yeah, you can't just say monetize on every video. You have to go through every single video, which anything that has a copyright on it for somebody else's music, I didn't bother. I'm like, you get your own money. But
Right.
then there's ones that are limited, which pisses me off because my largest videos, my Sturgis raw and uncut, they limited advertising on it because it might be sensitive to certain advertisers. I'm like, I have no nudes in that. I have no women walking around half naked. It's just all of us walking around downtown Sturgis. And that's all I did was film it. I didn't have anything lewd or rude or swearing or anything in the video. They still limited the advertising on it. Now I have 65,000 views almost on that video. And that's the one they decided to limit for advertising, which really sucks because I get like 500 views minimum on that video every day, which is, that's what they limited. But basically, I went to 1,000 subscribers on Wednesday. By Monday, they monetized. I went through and monetized every video that I thought should be monetized. Certain ones like my daughter's swim meets and everything. What happened? You do fall down?
No, we're listening to you.
Yeah.
Inside chatting.
They took about 5 days to monetize. I went through and spent about a couple hours going through monetizing the videos I wanted monetized. It's another 24 hours before you see anything show up. My first day was 79 cents. My second day was 71 cents. Friday, I made 42 cents. So as of today, I'm up to $3.55 after being 5 days of monetizing, basically. So,
And you got to work for it.
yeah.
And
You
claim
actually
it.
got to work for it.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So basically,
And
I think the way they work it is they will not pay you till you make at least $100, if I remember correctly. So I'm looking at sometime in September, I may get a check for $100, or whatever, how they do it.
Wait,
I don't know.
does that count super chats also? Isn't that
I'm
all
not
lumped
sure.
in?
I'm not sure how they do the super chats. I just turned that on like a couple days ago.
I mean, I know
So-
that's what Sonny was saying about the donation stuff last night was their website is set up to where it only takes 3% of the payment, whereas YouTube, when you do live streams and stuff, they take 30% of whatever's given. So
Wow.
anybody giving those live stream chats, the super chats, whatever, get in there and, account for the 30% before you donate. Just kidding.
Did Bubba mute himself? Bubba must have muted himself. Yeah, because he's muted.
Yeah,
There you go.
There's
I thought maybe I did it.
There's so much stuff going on here, I can't keep up.
All right. Yeah, because $100 American super chats count. Okay. So I'm up to like $5 now with this $2 super chat. So, hey, you know what? I'm doing this for fun. I mean, it's nice to get finally paid for it.
Exactly.
It's not going to get me out of jail or anything. It's not going to really fill up my bike anytime soon. I figure I've got $1,000 in camera equipment right now, and it's going to take me probably 10 years to pay it off. So, based off YouTube money, but you know what? If I make 50 cents a day. That's I could feed a small child in Africa.
Right.
Exactly.
I could
Taco
pay for
Tuesday.
Wilford Brimley's oatmeal. All right. Before we get too crazy again, I am going to move on to the next question. All right. How well do you know your bike, and does it have any quirks, Mr. McStash?
How well do I know I know my bike for about 40,000 miles now. And the quirk it has is the underneath the seat. Well, on the throttle body is a cable that runs your cruise control, and it runs over to the side to this box underneath the side cover on the left side of your bike. And that electronic box pulls that cable for your throttle control to speed you up when you're climbing a hill, let off when you're going down a hill, and all this, that, and the other. Well, that box is broken. So when you hit cruise and you go up the hill, you accelerate, and then when you top the hill, it continues to accelerate and accelerate and accelerate and accelerate until it redlines. If you let it go that far, and you gotta kind of force the throttle down and get it. Yeah. So don't use the cruise control in Ultra Classy right now. It's yeah. It's a runaway bike then.
Jesus. All right, Toby.
Yeah. Appreciate that 2 wheels down. That was a nice entry you did there. Goodness gracious. Anyway. So the question, the quirk that my bike has is, and I don't know if it's it's something that hasn't really been important enough to mess with because it's kind of working still, but it's the, your pleasure. So mine it has to do with a lot of the wiring set up as far as, so I've got so many lights plugged into the thing, Custom Dynamics and Stereo 3D, that it pulls a lot off the battery and the electrical system. So I don't know if it's the stator or the charger or the starter, but if I don't keep it on trickle charger right now, if I try to start it up, it kind of draws a whole lot just to draw it, and sometimes it won't start. So like I said, it's got the new from the Sturgis fund that I had. It's got that new lithium battery in there, so it should be able to run everything. That's why I think something else is kind of slowly going bad. But like I said, as long as it's trickle charged in the warm weather, it's running. It's starting good. So that's the quirk for mine.
Okay, Sinister Clutch.
Knock on wood. I don't think I have anything right now. I'm trying to think of something, but I don't know. I think the only thing that I wish that I kind of have issues with is, but it's not really a major issue. I have a lot of custom dynamic lights on my bike, especially on the back. And I can't get so I have that little strobe. What's it called? Custom dynamic strobe.
Modulator. Yeah, they're modulator.
Modulator, yeah. And so
modulator. Sorry,
I get all the lights that I want to work with it. Like right now, I'd like to get the bag blades to work with it, but I can't. I can't figure out why it's doing what it's doing. It's just the light bar and the tri-bar light on my bike that actually works with the magic strobes. So that's the only quirk, something I got to figure out. It's nothing major, but it's something I like to figure out because I want the bag blades to be able to do the same thing.
It's probably somewhere in the sequence of those connectors under the seat.
Yeah. I've got so many wires underneath my seat.
Oh,
it's ridiculous.
Dude, yeah.
That's the biggest problem, is trying to just, take time and be tedious about it and figure it out.
When I was at Sturgis and I had him put the modulator in, the guy pulled the seat off. He's like, "Yeah, I ain't messing with that spider web." So I'm there with you. Didn't mean to steal your thunder.
You got to lick them before you plug them in.
Great. N3 Pro Dave's the big donator so far. Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Looks like he compensated for that 30% too.
Yeah.
He did. He did.
780.
It took him
Yeah.
20 minutes to do the math, but
Yeah. Uh-oh. Looks like we lost Bubba. Must be that too much money for him. He had to get away.
he got scared he's going to have to take something off. Last time somebody gave him that kind of money.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Throttle Fiend, it's your question.
Let's see. You mean other than the monthly payment being quirky?
Yeah. That's quirky.
Yeah.
I literally just rolled shortly over 2,600 miles on it today, so it hasn't had time to break in enough yet. I will say one thing, because I have the Recluse clutch in there, until the bike gets up to operating temperature and the fluids, get going through it. If I don't hold on to the clutch, it will take off on its own. Once it warms up, I can leave the clutch and just roll on from a stop. That being said, I'm like this close to wanting to get that clutch taken out if my wrists and hands start getting better, because I want to ride regular.
Yeah.
At least for as long as I can.
Yeah. So you're there. You have to get a Gold Wing with an automatic clutch in it or automatic transmission.
I'm gonna hold off on that for as long as I can. And just as a side note, I know only you guys know about this, but last weekend when I got home from Syracuse and my hands and wrists were really bad, what it was is because I was moving at such an expeditious rate, it was pushing me back, which was making me have to hold on to the handlebars harder, and the handlebars were shaking more because of the speed. I rode a lot yesterday, and I got home, my hands were fine. So
Yeah.
boom. So as long as I stay under 90, I should be good.
Yeah.
We told you it wasn't the bike. We told you it was more workout exercise.
Yeah.
Oh, I got those little hand grippy thingies that this way, not this way.
He caught what I was doing. He caught what I was doing.
At this rate, Old Spice is never going to sponsor us.
We're gonna get a free drum of lube for our sponsorship.
Yeah.
I thought we were sponsored by, what was that you said, TDO?
Oh,
KY. Sponsorship by KY.
Yeah.
Making our live stream smooth. KY.
Everybody gave the Scout Shed salute.
Scout Shed slide, what?
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God.
All right. I guess the next question is mine. I already forgot what it was. My bike has quirks like the cold starts are always a bitch. It's even that new battery helps. I put that lithium battery in, almost 3 times the cranking amps. It's still a little slow. I'm at like 29,000 and change, almost 30,000 miles. I think my issue might be needing a new fuel filter, which is like $65, and I got to pull the gas tank off to change the filter and everything. So, but it seems like it runs all right when it's warm out. So I just ride less when it's cold. But quirks, I don't know. I don't really have anything necessarily that I notice with the bike after almost 30,000 miles. Like I said, other than cold starts aren't the greatest, but yeah. It likes to do 80 miles an hour. It doesn't like to go anything slower than 75. I know that. I know ever since I did the tune and everything on it, I know at the lower speeds, if you're not going, it kind of gets like, all right, I want to go. It kind of gets where it wants to buck a little bit and it wants to take off. It doesn't like sitting at a certain speed. So I don't. But as you know, everybody in here knows I have speeding issues, and I've gotten two speeding tickets now. We won't talk about how I'm banned in New York State. I'll bring that up in a later date. That'll be Uh-oh, we got porno music in the background.
Oh man.
Here we go.
That's StreamYard,
KY.
by the way.
Yeah. KY sponsorship. Making live streams go smooth since 1969.
Oh boy.
All right, we'll move on to the next question before we lose any more sponsors. Do you do any of the maintenance on your bike? Oh, wait. Was that was part of that question. All right. Do you do any of the maintenance on your bike? Why and why not? That's question number 3.
Yes, I am a mechanic by trade on forklifts, not motorcycles, but I have a real hard time paying Harley's prices for oil change. No, I use AMSOIL, so you're talking $100 for just the parts alone. But yeah, I can't pay the prices they want for just an oil change. So no, I do it myself. I have a manual, which anybody, if you want to do anything to your bike short of taking the seat off and jump starting it, if you want to do anything other than that, get a manual. It reads like stereo instructions, but it will give you a clue. If that's not enough, if a clue is not enough to help you get what you need, go find an independent shop because they won't rape you as bad as Harley will. But yeah, I actually lost a bolt on my caliper on my front wheel one time while I was cleaning. I saw it. So I went down to the local shop and asked him if he had some. He says, yeah, I got some. He says, but who's been working on your bike? And that kind of hit home for me, do I trust Jimmy down here at the Harley dealership that I don't know from Adam? Is he having a bad day? Is his wife giving him crap? Is he in the middle of divorce? I don't know. I know what kind of mistakes mechanics can make. I know, because I is one, and no. So that's part of why I do most of the maintenance on mine. Now, when I go into like the engine stuff that I'm doing, I get help with that. So, kind of. Right. He's got COVID, so he's not much help now.
All right. All right, Toby, your question.
So I'll do on mine, I'll do the lighting install type stuff. Like I put the bag blades on mine, behind the lids. We were at Sturgis, so I had Zero 3D do the bag blades in the bottom. I'll do electrical work. I put stereo in on my bike, but I'm going to put an internal antenna on the front fairing later on, but it's not that I can't do like the 3-hole change and stuff, but sometimes it's more time and opportunity for me versus do I want to make this a bigger issue than what it currently is, so, but mostly I can do some electrical stuff without having to look at the diagram, just a simple plug and play type stuff, but mirror, whatever, but that's me.
Okay. All right. Sinister Clutch.
Yeah, I do, the 3-hole maintenance, and I've changed my suspension front and back. I put on heated grips. That was a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
What else?
All
the lights,
seat.
like Toby was saying. What's that?
Heated seat.
Oh yeah, I did the heated seat. I think.
What did Sinister do to his bike?
I had to replace my fender. That was kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I saw that. Did you have to put a Deutsch plug in on your underneath for the heated seat?
No, it's directly to the battery, but
okay.
I actually reached out to Saddleman because I wanted it to be a quick release, and they said, well, there's a wiring harness that you can get, but it didn't come with it, which I was kind of surprised, but maybe there's a reason for that. Because I think some people, literally, I don't have to turn on the bike and I can heat up the seat, kind of like a preheat if it's a cold day before you go out. Some people like that, some people don't. trying to think what else I've done. I'll lose track. I put some lowers on. That's pretty easy. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I have taken my wheels off to go to have a new tire put on because it's faster. Just to drop it off, and then yeah, exactly. That's less labor and it's less time they have the bike, because a lot of times they might have too many people needing tires or whatever it might be, and it might take a little bit longer. So, and I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, like as far as engine goes, no, I haven't really touched anything. I don't feel like I'm an expert enough to mess with those types of things. Maybe one day if I had something to work on and just play with. If I screw it up, I screw it up. That's okay. You live and you learn. But that's pretty much it.
All right, Throttle Fiend.
I haven't really had my bike long enough to do too much. I had the dealership do the 1,000-mile service just because it was still brand new. I am going to do my own 3-hole for the 5,000, which hopefully I will do before VAM. I'm with Mr. McStash. I'm going to go with AMSOL for that. Obviously, I installed my Saddleman seat. I installed the Memphis Shades hand grips and the Hippo hands. I think that's it. The only other thing I got going on is I purchased the 3/4 fairing for the Lowrider S when I bought the bike last July, and there were so much issues with it that it didn't get delivered to the dealership until like March. So it was a widely known thing. People would be riding down the freeway and their freaking fairing would just fly off. So I am going to have them install that. So if shit goes sideways, Harley's going to cover it. So other than that, pretty much, I mean, like McStash said, manual. That was the very first day I got home with the Lowrider S. The first thing I did was I bought the service manual. Okay. Apart from pulling the engine and all that stuff and taking it apart and working on that stuff, I'm willing to try anything. Like Sinister said, I'd love to be able to pick up a cheap Sportster for, $3,000 or something like that. Just have something I can tinker on. And, if I screw it up, I still have a good bike to ride. But that way I can at least, some things translate over. You learn one thing granted, engines are different, but you learn certain things, they translate.
Right.
Oh, before I forget, Fish asked you, CDL. I don't know if you saw it or not. Who did the tune on your Indian?
Yeah. As I said, I did a PV3 dyno jet. I haven't gone to a actual dyno tuner yet, so I think that's something I would probably do if I actually had like a big bore kit or something put in my bike. But if I'm going to spend that money on a big bore, maybe cam someday. But I'm going to have to take on a third or fourth job. I'm going to need a lot more super chats. I'm taking donations of $1,000.
Plus 30%.
Yeah, plus 30%.
Plus 30%, yeah.
It has to be 1,030.
Yeah.
But I do some of my own work. I won't do like any engine work, nothing like that. I mean, if it's something that'll bolt on and off from the outside of the engine, fine. I don't know if anybody's seen my where I had to change the air filter. I put an S&S filter in there. That's actually quite a bit of work on that bike because the air filter is actually underneath the gas tank. The original filter had like the piping that came around this way and went around, and you actually have to take part of the frame off. The bike is actually built to the engine on the Scout. There is no bottom frame. It's actually built right to the Scout. So there's like two pieces that hold it together, and then everything's bolted right to the motor. So, yeah, that's fun. You can imagine that, taking the motor out and the whole thing just collapses.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't done tires yet. I used to do them on a bicycle. Like years ago, I used to ride bicycle, and I would do tires and everything. I've really never done tires on a motorcycle yet. I know they're a pain in the ass if you don't have tubes. And every bike I've had has been tubeless tires, so it makes it kind of a pain in the ass to get them seated on the rim. So
especially when you have arms in your tubes.
Yeah. But but like I've always done my own oil changes on the bike, even under warranty. Trying to think. Any of the mods I've done so far, I've done it myself. I still got to do the handlebars, cruise control, and I got to rebuild the front forks, new springs, seals, and everything. And like I said, I've never done brake jobs, but this is going to be the first time I've done that. So I've got a lot coming up. I just got to find the time to do it. I'm getting so far backed up that May's going to be a pain in the ass trying to get everything done and inspected before VAM in June. So that's yeah, because we've actually, my wife and I are going to Michigan again the third weekend. I think the third weekend in May. So, and then VAM's going to be coming up like that. I don't know. I got a lot to do. Got a lot of work to do. There's a lot of things I'm learning about the bike as I'm doing it. So, let's say I do my own suspension and all that. So, not afraid to do the work. It's just being the only bike I have running right now and trying to find time to do it. It's really a biatch. But all right. Next question is, what tires are you using and would you recommend them?
Right now I have on Ultra Classy Michelin Commander 3 on the back, and I still have the Dunlop Elite on the front. I actually recommend the Dunlop Elite or the Dunlop Elite if you do not get it at a Harley dealership. The Harley Dunlop, the Dunlops with the Harley brand and the bar and shield on the side, one costs more and two are a different compound. I had a Gold Wing for years, loved the crap out of my Dunlop, and could get just about a year out of them. The bar and shield Dunlops, I cannot get a year out of them. So I switched to the Commander 3s, was actually down at the bike shop when the Dunlop representative came in and was telling him about it. And he said it is a different compound that they sell with the bar and shield than what they sell with just the Dunlop Elite. Yes.
Huh. So they must probably get a cheaper discount. They probably buy them on like a mass deal or whatever you call it.
Yeah, he said it's a separate run. It's a different compound, different combinations of stuff than what they use for their actual tire. And I was like, okay, well, that makes a whole lot of sense then. I'm not saying it's bad, but, being the kind of guy that goes through a back tire in a year, it makes a big difference. I actually did the evil sin of going dark side on my Gold Wing, but I went through 3 front tires before I'd replace the back tire, and changing the back tire once a year to, going 3 years, that's pretty good time.
Oh, yeah. All right, Toby.
Yeah, I'll go with kind of what McStash says, just from not with the Harley problem there, because I've never really had any issues with tires. I prefer the Michelin Commanders. I've also had Metzlers, I think is what they're called, Metzgers. Both of those are really good. I've had Dunlops, but to be honest with you, I haven't really done a mileage to mileage log check to compare how long a tire lasted versus the other. I usually kind of just go off of how many, because I know like you'll go through more of one of the rear tire than you do the front tire type of thing. So I know from just my experience that for me, the Michelin Commander 3s and the Metzgers were some pretty good tires for me. Dunlops, they do seem to, I don't know, I've heard good and bad reviews on them. When I've had them, they seem to just do fine. I've never really had any tire blowouts or problems. So I'd say those are my 3. But I think right now I'm running the Michelin Commanders.
Okay.
Right, really, it comes down to price.
Yeah. Okay, Sinister.
So I have a difference of opinion. So
can't disagree in here.
I started out with So I started out with the Harley branded Dunlops, and I actually got 15,000 miles on the back. I never had a problem with it. But then I went to the Michelin Commander 2s. And as far as longevity, they're great. I got 7,000 miles on the back. I could have got more, but I needed another tire because of rods coming up.
Okay.
But to me, they were too squirrely, but that might be the way I ride because I'm pretty aggressive on the corners. So I need something that's going to stick like glue to the asphalt, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
And so I went to the Dunlop American Elite, and so far I really like them. I don't know what the longevity is going to be. I mean, like McStash was, and it's a lot better than the HD did. So I'll just have to wait and see. But it's not really fault with Commander 2s, but you said you had the Commander 3s, so they might be better. I don't know. I actually thought about going with the Commander 3s and see if they got rid of that whirliness that I always felt. But
yeah.
But
I mean, you make a great point about the whole. I mean, it depends upon. I mean, there's so many factors. It's not just the compound. And I'm not knocking on what McStash says. It's not just the compound. It's riding style. It's how heavy we are on our throttles. It's the terrain we ride on frequently. I mean, if you're just an inner city or a highway rider, then get yourself a solid compound tire.
They're fantastic.
Right.
Like if someone's in Texas and they're riding with a Commander 2 or 3 or whatever, and they're not hitting curves like I am over here, and we're over in Kentucky, and it's hills, it's curves. We go to Tennessee, North Carolina. I go to Arkansas. I mean, there's curves everywhere. And if I'm doing the dragon, I don't want something slipping my back end, fishtailing.
Yeah.
So it's just you ride and where you ride, like you were saying.
I mean, it kind of goes back to what like Randy and Jason both said. It's like I tend to lead towards a couple of specific brands, but price also comes into a factor there. If you can't find a good deal, then
Yeah.
Right. All right, throttle feet, your question.
As with pretty much everything else, I'm just going to be boring and say I know they're Michelin. Whatever stock ones came on the Lowrider S, I actually tried to look and see what the models were. I was just saying, I think they are Scorchers, but I didn't want to be wrong. But I've had no problems with them. But again, 2,600 miles on them. I guess I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
Right. Right now on my Scout, I have Dunlop, the Elite 3 in the back and the Elite 4 on the front. They just got changed at different times last year. But I had put the Elite 3 from Dunlop on the back last year in March, I believe, when I got it inspected. That tire's got over 15,000 miles on it. So I would say it's a pretty good tire. Front tire has about 9,000 miles on it and still looks pretty good. The tread looks good on the front tire. So I'll probably be able to get away with that one for at least the summer. Probably have to change it before fall or winter. I recommend the Dunlops. I mean, I think the Elites have been really good. I've had the Elite 3 on the back of this bike, I think, twice now. So like I said, I go through a tire on the back every year so far. This will be my 4th season. So I don't know. On my other bike, I've had different tires on there. Pirellis. I love the Pirellis on my Vulcan. I had a Vulcan 900 custom. They had a 180. They had the MT66 from Pirelli. That was a really good tire on there. They were expensive, but there was a good tire. So it does come down to how much you want to spend, I guess. I mean, I've had tires that had really good traction. They just don't last very long. If you spend like $50 on a tire, it might get you through a season, depending on how far you ride. But I think it does too. Like most of my mileage is highway. Let's say all of my mileage last year, back and forth to work, 80 miles is highway. And riding out the Sturgis, that was 90% highway. So,
oh yeah,
everybody's roads are different depending on the compounds of the roads they use. I know, like some spots in Ohio, I've had where it was just damp and my feet would slide, putting it down, just being damp. It's whatever, probably amount of tar. And I know, I think New York and Pennsylvania started using ground up recycled tires in their whatever they're paving the roads with to patch the holes. A lot of slag. They use that on like main country roads around here. That stuff sucks. I hate it.
What's that stuff called?
Like slag. It's like ground up stone. They just pour tar and they just dump it on there.
Yeah.
They just dump chip on there. Yeah, chip.
Did you go to CDL? Did you go to Buffalo Chip or Full Throttle while you were there?
Full Throttle we did. I didn't go to the chip at all.
Did you did they have like the hard gravel road that you had to get approach to get there? Or was it pavement?
It's paved now. The new throttle's paved. I don't know if you've been since I can't remember when the other one burnt down. I think the other one was dirt.
Yeah.
But the new one was paved when we went last year. So.
Yeah, the throttle used to have They used to have like a rocky parking lot area around that went around the back of their building, and then they burnt down.
Yeah,
yeah. When we were there last summer, we were going to the chip to go to pick up the hog pen or go to the VFW there, and man, that caught. We probably went 10 miles, 15 miles on backcountry farm gravel road. That surprised the hell out of us.
Yeah,
good times.
Oh yeah. Well, I can tell you, 2 years ago was our last Roar on the Shore here, and they had it right here in Northeast at the racetrack because of issues with the mayor of Erie. My only complaint at Roar on the Shore was the blacktop hadn't been touched probably in 5 or 10 years, and it was when it was hot out, you'd go to put your bike on the kickstand, and it would start sinking into the parking lot. Like as you were pulling in, they were handing you kickstand plates, like little progressive. Yeah, you had to use it because your kickstand would start going. It was like sitting in hot tar.
Yep.
It was so bad. And that was the only complaint I had about Roar on the Shore that year. Come to find out, it's the last year we were going to have it, which sucks. But it was a really good event. I mean, it's not a Sturgis. It's a small event, but they said we used to get close to 1 million people coming in and out of town within a week. So for a small town like Erie, I mean, Erie's a city, but it's not like Detroit or Chicago or anything like that, but it's a pretty good sized city. So, all right. Let me see. The next question is there anywhere that you have ridden that you would not ride to again? Mr. McStash.
Yes, it's called Kentucky. What? No. Easy. Not Kentucky in general. No, we had actually rented a cabin that we was going to, and the wife told him we're bringing the bike, and there was some podunk back road that they sent us to, and we went up this hill, and they had just dumped gravel, and I don't think it was real gravel. I don't think it was limestone. I think it was pea gravel or whatever, but it got so bad where we were sinking as we went into it. I couldn't get traction. Now, I have done Yellowstone. I did a video on it where they had taken the road out and the stone disappeared and it was just sloppy mud. I have done Pennsylvania that has so much tar and chip, it's ridiculous. I have been in some hairy situations in my bike, but never to where I thought I was going to be over my head. I will give up before then. I try very hard not to get to that point. Well, this one, the lady says, yeah, there's bikes up there all the time. And, I'm hard-headed. I can do it. Dude, if anybody can do it, I can do it. And I got to one point going up this hill. I was like, sweetheart, you got to get off because I'm going to kill both of us. I am in over my head. I don't even know if I can turn this bike around to get it back down the hill. So yeah, there was that was the one time I was like, no, I did not know that I was going to get the bike turned around and get back out of there. I was about to shove it down the side of the hill and say, okay, we're done. Let's go home. It was bad. It was bad.
So Randy, next trip we got to do is you and I got to plan this, We get Jason to come down to see us or whatever, and we got to plan a route for him that takes him right through some of that kind of gravel.
Hey, if you can make it, I can make it. I'll guarantee you that.
Welcome to Kentucky, mother.
Hey, right. Welcome to Kentucky.
Yeah.
Don't
There's
be
our
jelly.
sponsor.
Yeah, you thought it was just a Scotch said salute. It's also the Kentucky salute.
Yeah. Roll the dice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Sinister Clutch. Toby, you're still your turn.
If you'd have asked me this in 2011 or 12, in 12, after going to the Full Throttle and hitting that parking lot, I would probably tell you that parking lot is where I'm not going to go back to because I dropped my bike there. Yeah, we were coming down an embankment in the parking lot because the old one was flat in the front and then kind of went down into flatness in the backside. And, as Full Throttle would be during Sturgis week, you're kind of in a line making your way to there. But with that very thick rocky gravel, as you're going down that and you're in a line, you got to really do some braking or some practice in there because you're behind people waiting to find a parking spot or waiting to be guided to a parking spot. And in my case, my front wheel kind of went into rock and was coming back out of rock. So it was, relatively 2 or 3 year new rider. And with my wife on the back, that was a little unnerving. So come a long way since then. But like I said, if you'd have asked me back then, I would have said, I'm not going back in that parking lot. But nowadays, no, I don't really know that I have any places at this point in time that I would say I'm not going to ride back to.
Okay. All right, Sinister Clutch.
This is easy. Chicago. No thanks.
Yeah.
Too much traffic, too much congestion. It's like, I don't know, the road warrior. I need a different helmet or a car or something. It was a nightmare. Like I would literally go like 500 miles out of my way to go around Chicago than ever go through it again. Oh my God. I thought I was going to die. And it was terrible bumper to bumper traffic. And I think it was 90 plus degrees.
Oh, man.
It was horrible.
Skyway.
Yeah. What's that? Yeah.
The Skyway, right up and over.
Yeah. I was in that friction zone for a while. I had to stop and pull over at a mall and go in and sit down on a bench and drink water. I was like, my hands were like, I'm like, this might be what arthritis feels like. It was, I just waited there for probably like an hour and a half to 2 just to wait for some of the traffic to get out of the way. But I don't really want to go that. I would go to the outskirts of Chicago. Absolutely. But never want to go back there again.
All right, Throttle Fiend, your question.
Nowhere as of yet, but Sinister is like the 569th person that has said that they will never go back to Chicago. So I'm going to avoid Chicago. I'm going to avoid Chicago like the plague. I've not had good experiences in O'Hare myself personally, and that was flying. So I definitely don't want to take a bike there. But other than that, no, I haven't been anywhere yet that's put me off from going there.
Okay.
Oh, haha, Paul.
All right. Well, of course, Chicago. I've mentioned Chicago enough times. It sucks. My trip to Sturgis was in the rain, so I wasn't worried about the heat. I was getting soaking wet and stop, go. I'm going to mention a city that probably nobody else, well, no, maybe other people have run through there, Iowa City. When I came back from Sturgis, I went through Iowa City, and the traffic wasn't stop and go, but it was like, don't stop or you're going to get ran the fuck over. It was, I went through there on the way to Chicago, on the way back home, and oh my God, it's just like, there was construction going on. They had the big cranes doing stuff with bridges, and I had gone through there the day after a major tornado had gone through. So I'm going through there, and it reminded me of The Walking Dead. There was smashed trucks on the side of the road, and there was stuff flipped over, trees laying down. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, what kind of mess am I riding into? Not knowing that there was a tornado that had gone through the day before. People still did not give a crap. 80 miles an hour. It's only 65 on the highway through there. And it's it wasn't stop and go. It was go as fast as you can just to get the hell out of there. And the road, can of worms going around everything, and just Iowa City was not fun. Chicago was probably worse than Iowa City just because of the stop and go in the semis. But yeah, those are my two so far. And of course, like I said, right now, anywhere in New York State, I'm not ready. I will talk about that later on in public. Everybody in the live stream knows what that's about. But yeah, anywhere in New York State right now is pretty much where I'm avoiding. But okay, I think this is coming up to our 6th question. How many miles are you traveling to VAM 21?
300. It is from my house to door, 289er, give or take a little bit, to Mr. G. Well, where I met him at in Crab Apple Orchard Museum. Something like that. I don't know. He couldn't tell me if they were crabs or crab apples or but it was something. But yeah, it's 289 miles. So call it 300 miles if I go around the block.
I heard you say something with crabs. Sorry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Krabs.
I met Mr. G and there was crabs. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, Toby, your question.
Right about 300, between 306, 312, and then of course depends on any pull-offs or back roads or any other little side travels we pull to or whatever. But yeah, it's about 300 miles.
Okay. Sinister Clutch.
From my house, it's 290 miles. But I actually won't be coming from my house. I'll be coming from Canton, North Carolina.
That's
and
right.
I'm going to take
the
the
whole thing.
Blue Ridge Parkway all the way up to Fancy Gap, and then I'm going to jump on the interstate from Fancy Gap. So it's funny because it actually ends up being 292. But it'll just take longer. It'll be a nicer ride because I'll be going up Blue Ridge.
Okay. Throttle Fiend, your question.
2 things real quick first before that. Paul, like Sinister Clutch said, yes, the Route 66 is a bucket list trip of mine. Like him, I will start just a little outside of Chicago. That part I can forego. Also mentioned Detroit. I had completely forgot about that. I've never ridden in Detroit, but I drove there in my Fox Body Mustang for the 4th Centennial in bumper-to-bumper traffic in a 5-speed manual. And it wasn't fun in the car, so I'll definitely not do that on a bike.
Hey, but that was self-inflicted, though.
Yeah. It was, but it was worth it. It was worth it. I got to get the pictures out. I got to upload the pictures to my Google Drive so I can share them with everybody. They're phenomenal. Door to door, so to speak, is about 592 miles for me. So let's call it 600.
Okay. Yeah. I know you're meeting up with me. The route I think I have planned for us to go down there. We still got to talk about that a little bit more because I know you had mentioned you wanted to go to a Waffle House. So
if it's way out of the way, it was one of those things. If it's on the way, great. If it's not, it's not the end of the world. I've been to a Waffle House before. It's been probably like a decade since I have.
Okay. Because what I was thinking, there's going to be at least 3 of us riding together because there's another guy from Erie that wants to ride down. He just started a YouTube channel like last year. I've ridden with him a few times. I don't think he may have been in one video with me like a year or 2 ago. But the route we're taking down heads toward Cleveland instead of going through Pittsburgh. And like the Waffle House would be like an hour and a half maybe. Mm-hmm. So it's not.
Nope. That's cool. We'll just do what we're gonna do. No. I don't need a waffle. Really, I don't need a waffle that damn bad.
Well, I was gonna tell you, it's probably a better ride. The way when we go down, we'll go the Cleveland route. We won't actually go into Cleveland, but then on the way back, we'll go up through Pittsburgh. We'll go through like what is it? We'll go past where we went to the West Virginia Hootenanny. God, where is that? The overlook there, the bridge.
Throttle Fiend, if you haven't made that a priority, you need to make it a priority. Beanie Rider said it spot on right there. You haven't had a waffle until you've had it that way.
Yeah. Well, like I said, though, it's really not out of the way. I think our route actually ends up being like 40 miles more, which is not bad. I mean, that's like a half hour riding on the highway. So, but I think the ride down is going to be better that way. And then, of course, when we come back, it'll be a little bit shorter ride through. We go through Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's another one of those places that kind of sucks to ride through. We came back from. I don't think New York has any Waffle Houses.
Pennsylvania. What about Cracker Barrel?
We do have Cracker Barrel. We do have Cracker
They do have Cracker Barrels, yes.
Okay. I was trying to say.
Yeah, Crack Whore Barrels.
No,
there's a lot
of crack barrels where the crack whores go to Waffle House to get the crack from the deal.
Yeah, we got a lot of those crack whore barrels. But yeah, that's always something my wife and I like to do, though. We do the Waffle Houses on the way through Cleveland. So there's like two right off the highway.
Yeah, Beanie Rider. I've had one smothered, covered, and peppered. It just, like I said, it's been like a decade since I've been to a Waffle House. So
yeah. So prepare your colon.
Just don't be downwind from me.
No, just make sure you don't eat too much. I don't want to make bathroom stops in between the gas stops. Yeah, pack your diapers. But yeah, that's I think from my house to VAM, if we take that route, is like 487. The shorter route was like 447, but it's all. Route 79 sucks between Erie and Pittsburgh. I know that's probably the way we'll come back. So, but that's the route that we're planning, I guess. That's all 6 questions. I don't know if we have anything else we want to share. We lost our number 6 today. There's only 5 of us, so our roving reporter isn't checking in with us again. Live from the bike show.
So updates on the for the World Record Poker Run.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So last night they had the. What we're doing is they had the live videothon from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. last night, and we ended up raising about $5,700 towards sponsoring vets to go to cover their way from. The start point to the finish point. Again, those for those that don't know, again, the key on this is whether you donate or anybody can nominate a veteran. Even a veteran can nominate themselves. It does not matter. The key is, though, there's 5 qualifications for it, really. It's the vet has to be able to be physically able to make the entire ride. Their bike has to be able to physically make the entire ride. They have to be able to get from their place, from their home or wherever they're coming from, down to the start point, and they have to be able to get back from Sturgis to their wherever they're going to. So there's a 5th one, but I think I may have combined a couple. But those are the main factors. Like I said, aside from that, spread the word on it. We are collecting donations until I think the 3rd of May. We are accepting nominations until the 20th of this month, I think, or another few days. But there's 3 ways you can donate, or 2 ways you can donate. Actually, I'm sorry. You can go on the Facebook page, the Bikers Support Bikers, Bikers Lifestyle page with Sonny and Angie, and do a star donation whenever they do live chats. Or you can go to supportbikers.com/veterans, and you can donate directly to the website there. So again, the biggest key on it is, even if you can't donate, spread the word.
Okay.
So.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'll add that piece to it too. What they're figuring the cost is for a person to go from start point to finish point is about $1,800. So right now, like I said, we raised up enough last night, $5,700. So right now it's about 3 veterans sponsored, and we're trying to get 5 or more for the whole thing from donations.
Okay.
Thank you to those who did donate.
Yes, definitely.
All right. I still don't know any more about VAM 21. I think it's just whatever. We show up down there, we'll be ready to go.
Yeah.
Do whatever we gotta do.
What is it? The 9th, whenever they're doing the cruise in at the Sonic, there's going to be
10th. Yeah.
the
I think it's
10th.
Thursday the 10th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Blue Bike is, or should I say, Doyle is making together a trivia
Okay.
questionnaire thing. Like they're going to ask who has the best beard on the live stream, and that would be me. No, there's going to be a YouTube trivia thing going there. He said he was putting that together. There's some giveaways that's going to be done. Lots of food and lots of fun, of course. Somebody made a comment about a bunch of drinking and hooting and nanny and going on. That may be, but this is not a drinking rally type thing.
No.
So just that. And who was it? Riding Fish had asked me about Dark Side Riding. If I told him to get a hold of me on Instagram, because it's scientifically you shouldn't be able to do it, but you can do it. But scientifically, a bumblebee and a Chinook cannot fly. So whatever. This is not the time or place. I told him to get a hold of me on Instagram. If anybody else has any more questions about that, I did 4 years on Dark Side. So if anybody has any questions, get me on Instagram and I'll give you the skinny about it. It's not easy. There's a lot of work to get to the point to where it's a viable thing to do. Yeah. But if you're willing to put in, it's like anything else. If you're willing to put in the time and the effort, I wrote a $30 tire. Cost me $40 to get it mounted, and it was on my bike for 3 years, and I can burn through a motorcycle tire in a year. So, it is, if you want to put in the work, it can be done, but that's a whole different ball game for anybody who wants to talk about it. But that if you do want that, get a hold of me on Instagram. I'll talk to you about that. This is not the place for that, but
yeah, it's all about like different tire pressures. You have to have a certain amount of pressure to hold it to the rim, and I've seen a lot of people do it. But
it can be done. The trick is that the sidewalls on a car tire are softer than they are on a motorcycle tire, so you don't want that to roll. But it's also square because it's a car tire. So if you have it too much, you'll get that edge, and you'll feel that when you do your turn. So you got to get right in between there, and that can be a hairy place to get, because when that tire rolls and you're in a turn, you will definitely pucker, guaranteed 100%. That's very exciting.
Yeah.
Can you do that again, please?
Whew. Man, I know that's just a one-time thing. Then there's a shower involved, so.
KY.
Yeah.
I think we lost our Old Spice sponsor. We just got a KY sponsor.
Making stuff run smoothly, baby.
Yeah. Well,
all jokes aside, we should reach out to Manscaped.
Yeah. Oh, no. I don't want to do any demo videos though.
We'll send Toby to talk to him.
Gronkowski already has that covered, dude.
Yeah, it would be nice to get a sponsor, but I think we'd lose them the first time they watch this. So
probably.
What did we?
I said we should get in touch with Mr. Squatch, the natural soap.
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe that's who will get to sponsor us. Sasquatch.
Yes. Sam Squanch. I think that's it.
Are any of you going to be there on Thursday for VAM? Are you?
I'm going to be there. Well, we'll be there Thursday.
We'll get there Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be there Thursday.
All right. Yeah. We're right up the road from Sonic, so everybody's supposed to meet at Sonic Drive-In.
So do we know if there's any, like you said, Chris, we don't know of any major updates, but is there any, since we're getting there Friday, and there might be a few getting there Friday, is there some kind of an evening early evening? Do we know if there's anything going on? Has anybody tried to start an organized thing for Friday evening to link up for like a meal or just at a restaurant or for a ride or anything? Do you know of?
Not that I know of. I don't know how many days they're going to do the at the dealership. Are they going to do that the whole
Friday,
week?
Saturday, and Sunday for them?
Okay, so that's probably a good bet. At least if all of us have our phone numbers. So as far as us getting together, we at least know.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know. Other than that, I don't know if I want to eat at the food trucks every day. It'd be nice.
No.
I don't know. I don't know the area well enough yet. I don't know if there's like a good sit down restaurant, like a barbecue. Like barbecue is like mandatory for me on a road trip.
Yeah. Agreed.
So I'll have to,
I hit him Mr. V or whatever, shoot him an email and ask him if he knows, and he'll hit Clinch Mountain as well.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't even mind like if we ride down into Tennessee or something. You know what I mean? If I can add more states to my list of states I've ridden through, hey, I'm all for it.
Virginia's right there.
That actually is a good area to access the things around you. What you was talking about, the River Gorge. We actually, after the day we visited Mr. G or down there to Crabapple, it was just a couple hours down the road. We went to the New River Gorge and spent the night there because rain was coming in. Yeah, so there's a lot of right there close. A lot.
There was a restaurant where we had that picture taken for the West Virginia meetup we went to. I can't remember the name of it. That food was pretty good, but they couldn't handle the capacity of all the people they had in there on that. No,
they couldn't handle what we had pre-COVID. So
yeah. So who knows? I can't remember. It's like Monkey Bar or Monkey something. It was.
Yeah, it had a gravel driveway too, so that takes half the people out of there.
Yeah. So
we'll have to look at it.
Yeah, there's something. We'll have to take a look down there. I'd like say, I don't want to eat the food trucks every day. I don't want to eat the hotel food every day. So hopefully something good will be down there.
Yeah.
See, there's got to be something, even if it's like a roadside barbecue place. Sometimes those are the
I'd say those are the best ones.
Yeah.
Some of them are. Yeah, you're right. Just stay away from those roadside, 15-minute COVID tests.
Yeah.
No, the Q-tip goes in the other spot.
Yeah.
No, the other one.
Yeah. Bring your KY sponsored tube.
I'm already vaccinated.
Yeah. I'm
almost. They might have their own KY.
Yeah. Don't go down any back dirt roads or rivers.
Are you still talking about the COVID tests?
Yeah. Yeah. They have the special test down there now.
Oh, jeez.
They play banjo music while you're getting the testing done.
I agree with lost everybody.
I'll tell you what. I'll throw a last thing in there based upon this piece of the conversation. Randy's doing throwing some stuff in there. So, hey, we've got 2 event pages on Facebook for VAM21. So I'm going to try and put a little link in there today to try to say a starter thing to say, hey, throw in some good restaurants. Let's start putting some stuff together for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday more likely. So, and Thursday for those that'll be there, so we can start having some rally point type, hey, a meal thing or something, or a ride together or something, whatever.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's enough shenanigans, I think, for another Sunday. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and watching us. And send us sponsorships, please.
Yeah. If somebody willing to accept this.
Yeah. I don't care. Honestly, I don't care what the company is. If you want to sponsor us, go ahead. I dare you.
Food trucks.
Yeah. I'll take a food truck sponsorship, too. That'd be nice.
Hey, we'll take it. We'll take COVID test sponsors too.
Yeah. But all right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, everybody. We lost our roving reporter, Bubba Rides. Make sure you subscribe to everybody here. Thank you again for getting me over the 1,000 hump. Try to get everybody up to the next level on their channels. We'll probably try and do one more live stream before VAM. I know Mr. McStash probably won't be able to attend that one. but that's probably going to be Memorial Day weekend too, unfortunately.
Well, we'll have to see. I may be able to do it off the road. When we do our trips, I actually, and I've said this in many of my things, we ride when the sun's up. When the sun goes down, we try and get off the road because you're in an unfamiliar area and everything.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So we'll get it figured out. We got another month, so say we're getting into that busy riding season. Let's say I'm in the 70s here again today. I should be out riding or working on the bike, but we'll get through a couple more this live stream and the last one. We might do something at VAM if we get a chance. So thanks everybody.
MC Throttle Fiend says take care.
Yeah.
we.
Yeah. All right, everybody, let's get out of here. Bye for now.
Have a good one.
Later.
See.